What an exceptional day. It's Tuesday. That means it's time for another new DC Day stream where we look at what's coming out this week. No spoilers. Get excited, get hyped, and there's plenty of reasons to be. Rick Flag is back. Peacemaker Season 2 is off and running. The return of one of the DCEU's greatest characters, one of the coolest characters. It's really cool when humans have the ability to run with gods and still hold their own, like Batman. Rick Flag is another one of those characters who's the staple of the Suicide Squad. And Joel Kinnaman, it was heartbreaking to see him die in the film, and it's awesome to see that he is now back. I'm happy to see that a lot of people are responding very positively to the return of Rick Flag proper. I know that we have a Rick Flag in the DCU with Rick Flag Sr., but it's not the same. So we're going to be talking about Rick Flag's return, tomorrow's books, running some giveaways for today. So if you're in the live chat, don't go anywhere. I'll drop a hashtag when it comes time. And check the super chat goal. If we hit that, we'll have the bonus prizes on top of it. Got a comic pack of mystery books and some extra swag in there. So we definitely want to hit that. And let's get going. The intro has played. And now that the intro has played, let's say a big shout out to Big Time Collectibles. Be sure to check out the links in the description of any of my videos. Online retailer, fantastic retailer exclusive, convention exclusives, monthly mystery boxes, all kinds of fun stuff. Justin Comics Cleaning Press. If you need to get your books some TLC before you send them off to get them graded, he can also send them off to get them graded for you. Be sure to follow him on Instagram. Let him know you found him via the channel. And if you want to set up a pool list so you don't miss out on any of the books we're talking about today or anytime during my streams, check out ABX Comics and Games. They are, in fact, the community's comic shop. You can set up a pool list through them and never miss out. They also do free shipping on orders over $100. So, yeah, channel membership is also live at any given time. You can hit that join or subscribe plus and become a channel member. Get the loyalty badge next to your name and access to the custom emojis. But if you join the Legion tier, you get your name on the monthly Legion Loot prize wheel, as well as early access to content, exclusive streams, all kinds of good stuff. So be sure to check out the channel membership because it's a fantastic way. It's still early on, but we'll go and show you what part of the giveaway today is. Even if we don't hit the super chat goal, we're still giving away a copy of Red Hood issue number 1, a highly anticipated series here. Jason Todd is my favorite Ward of Batman. He's not the greatest Robin, but he's the most interesting Ward, and he's often not given the greatest representation over the past few years. There's a lot of Robins, a lot of stuff you can do, so he kind of gets a little outshined, outdone from time to time. But that's not the case now. We got a brand new Red Hood series, so we're going to be giving one of those away. This is the foil variant. I'm not 1,000% sure who did the cover art on this one. And then we have the Aquaman issue number this week, whatever issue that is, number 9, this gorgeous Mura variant. Both of those are being given away, even if we don't hit the super chat goal. But if we hit it, we got a whole comic pack and swag bag. We'll add to super chat goal. So be sure to check that out. And let me hit this little video because I got to walk and grab something. Let's see. I think I could do it in 43 seconds. Let's see. Here's the old school back early. There we go. Nailed it. Let's see. All right, let me pull this up on my phone because the Adventures one says that it's glitching. So, yeah, it is a little glitchy, isn't it? Ain't nothing I can do about that on this end. It's showing that I got full connection. Sounds fine. Okay. So we're going to have to roll with it. We're going to have to roll with it. Say hey to some of the people in here. Hopefully it'll catch up. Brian LCS, what is going on, homie? Good to see you in here. The Adventurous one, Joseph Michaels. What is going on, Brian? David, good to see you in here. Hello. So just a few people here early on. Just a few people here early. Hopefully more will get in here as we go. Let me get this new comics up for this week. Guys, it's an amazing week. It is a super amazing week. You know, obviously I'm excited for the DC stuff, and we're going to go through that. But there's some stuff outside of DC, if we have time, I definitely want to highlight and talk about. But first things up, this is probably I'd say this is probably the craziest book of the week that I've read so far. Absolute Batman number 12. You know, that last issue was bananas. Was absolutely bananas. That issue 11 where we saw Bane's backstory and what his ultimate goal was for Batman. That was insane. Like, how do we follow that up? But we're getting back into the story. The last time we actually saw Batman proper, he was escaping Arc M with Wayland, who had been monstrously disfigured and turned into Croc. So we had the origin of Bane, but also the introduction of how Waylon Jones became Croc. And the last issue ended with Bane breaking in on Bruce's friends in the absolute world. Bruce's gang of friends is his would-be rogues gallery in the regular universe. Oz, the Riddler, or Edward, Harvey. So we're going to see what befalls his friends. This was another brutal issue. I feel like Scott Snyder is getting the demons out. He's got some darkness in him, and he's getting it out inside the pages of the Absolute Batman. Bane presses the attack. Batman is at the mercy of the monstrous Bane, and though his body has seen better days, his mind and spirit are still strong, but how much longer can that withstand Bane's brutal onslaught? Yeah, he did undergo experimentations in Arc M. So, you know, we don't know what they've done to him yet. We just know they altered him greatly. And Stephen with the sleeves is 1000% right. So there's crazy stuff ahead for this series. I didn't know how they would top issue 11 in like the wow factor, the shock factor, the trauma factor, but they did it. This issue was bananas. What is going on, Ruby G? What's up? I hope everyone has this on their pull list. I hope everybody's checking out Absolute Batman. Scott Snyder, who's writing this, I think they got the right guy for the job for this coming DC event with DC King Omega, the DC KO event. I think it's going to be equally as shocking, a page turner. It's going to be intense. I'm hoping that Scott Snyder brings this absolute energy to the DC proper. I'm excited for the event. Big excited for the event. I love events. They're fun. Scott Snyder's cooking right now, as the kids would say. All right, we're going to hit these as we go because this is important. Transformers number 24 is out this week. This is the final issue from Daniel Warren Johnson. Megatron and Optimus finally head up. It's an absolute slobber knocker for the ages. When I finished reading this, all I could think about was my good friend TJ, Flash by Night Comics, #Justice for Starscream. I hope he enjoys this issue. I know I did. I'm excited to see where it goes from here, though. We have Dan Morris coming on to do the art, and the writer of The Walking Dead and Invincible himself, Robert Kirkman, coming in to write from here. I think it's going to still carry really well. But Action Comics 1090 also out this week. If you're a fan of Superman, you don't want to miss what they're doing inside the pages of Action Comics. This is pretty much just the Superboy comic. It's not the first time we've seen Superboy carry his own title, and it definitely won't be the last. It's well received. I'm digging it. It's really good. They're not reinventing the wheel. They're just going back and telling the stories. Obviously, I don't want to say modernize, but it's the modern telling of the Superboy story. So this is canon for the current DC universe. It's really good. It's written really well. I like the small town farm boy feel of the story. I like how wholesome it feels, but it's still telling dynamic stories. You're still getting some good DC lore in it. And it looks like we're getting the return of the villain from the first issue that attacked the World's Fair with this one right there on the cover. It was a good issue. We have the whole backstory with General Lane trying to track down and chase down and find out who Superboy is and why Superboy is. And he was using Captain Comet, Clark's teacher, to infiltrate in that last issue. What's going to come of that? You're going to find out. Next chapter in Superboy's story is here in Action Comics number 1090. The long forgotten hero from the past returns. But this is no team up. As Superboy fights for his life against the original Man of Tomorrow, he discovers the real reason superheroes have been gone for so long. Can Clark convince his enemy that he comes in peace? I'll be honest with you. I think this solicitation does not belong to this issue. Yeah, 1000%. 1000%. This solicitation does not belong to this issue. Huh. That's interesting. That's definitely the wrong solicitation for this issue. Good issue, though. Good issue. Let's see. Ultimate trash. One World Under trash. Captain America #3. Man, I gotta check out the new Cap series. I was interested about that. Zdarsky's over there. Batman and Robin issue 25 is out this week. I can't believe that's up to 25. Still cooking. Batman Dark Patterns #10. I believe Dark Patterns is meant to be a limited series, if I'm not mistaken. A mysterious arsonist has been secretly guiding the growth of Gotham and Batman from the shadows. Now their dark design enters its final stage. Will this grand work get success, or will the world's greatest detective douse the blazing hot before it's too late? Dan Waters is a really good writer. He's a really good writer. I kind of want to check this out, but like, there's so many Batman books, it's hard to keep up with all of them. I mean, you kind of got to pick and choose, and I stick with the main universe stuff. I don't want to say main universe. All this is in the main universe, but yeah. Yeah, that's what the adventurous one was saying. It's a bit choppy. I don't know how to fix that. Showing this got full connection on this end. It's a bit choppy, eh? Absolute Legion of Comics would be bench pressing while doing the stream. Yeah, he would be. He would be. Is the audio choppy, Stephen, with the sleeves? I checked the audio and it seemed fine. The audio seems all right on my end. What do you got? A plane?
Yes.
You built that?
Yes. For a teensy weensy little farty looking plane.
That's
you
cool.
See how far it can fly?
No. I don't. Audio choppy on my end. I don't know if that's the way for everybody else. Man, I hate that. StreamYard is for as much as StreamYard costs, it is ridiculously unfortunate that there are issues with StreamYard. They're constantly doing updates, putting more stuff into it. Its functionality keeps getting bigger and bigger, but the quality of the functionality seems to be affected from time to time. There's a couple of weeks in a row. Where I had to. Oh, there you go. You notice it's happening on a few live streams. I think it's YouTube. Well, dang. There's a couple weeks in a row on a Friday where I had to kill the stream and just set up a whole second one. It's ridiculously unfortunate. But Batman and Robin #25 with Memento's reign of terror at the end. Damian is more committed than ever, both as Robin and as the Wayne of Gotham. But when an unassuming hitman, not only as Quiet Man arrives on Gotham on a mysterious mission of revenge, one of Batman's deadliest enemies thought to be dead returns. A brand new art team, first appearance of a brand new villain, and the return of a fan favorite. So we got a new villain in here. Oh, look at there. I was trying to see if there was potentially the new villain on one of the covers. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Didn't know if that would have ended up being a chase book. The first appearance. Hey, speaking of first, really excited for this. Ended up getting 3 different books of it. You know, when it comes to Marvel, I pull Hulk, I pull Ghost Rider, and I pull Punisher. 3 characters that I really, really enjoy from Marvel. That last run on Punisher by Jason Aaron was good. Was really good. I know a lot of people got mad about it because he was leading the hand, and like, oh, his logo, da 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 da. And Disney's a whole bag of stupid when it comes to his logo, but he's back. Benjamin Percy's writing it, the same writer who was on Ghost Rider for so long, who absolutely crushed it. And I can't wait to read this. I pulled 3 different covers for it. I got the Frank Miller cover as well. I'm a big Frank Miller fan. And then this foil logo I got as well. All of these are R-rated books, are in mature reader poly bags. Really excited to see what they do with this. Frank is back with no memories. That's funny. Super funny. I'm excited to see how they bring him back. I'm just excited for a new Punisher series in general. Birds of Prey is out up to issue number 25 this week. Celebrate the 25th issue of Birds of Prey. The Birds of Prey took their flight to the Shadow Army and won, but that was merely the Shadow Army's first move, and their endgame is only just beginning. After an unexpected ally emerges, the birds find themselves racing against the clock to stop a game called The Unreality that is primed to become a mass casualty event in Gotham. There's this beautiful Del Auto cover of Big Barda here. This was a tough one. That was a super tough cover. Bart is such a cool character, too. I think she's going to get knocked out in round 1 of DC KO, by the way. Now, here's one that I'm curious to see what people think. Did anyone else read Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum? Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum. $2 super chat from Steven with a C. Choppy enough to know it. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I can't do nothing about it on this, and it's got to hope it clears up. It's got to hope it clears up, man. A pack of stupid. They were. But the Superman Kryptonite Spectrum. This is the one that was getting a little bit of a push. It's the whole stream, it appears. It's a little bit of a push that the Ice Cream Man, the Ice Cream Man creative team came in to work on this one. The first issue was it's a well-written story. It's just not too appealing. There's some new kryptonite that they discovered, and Superman's in the fortress. He brings Batman in to start testing them. It looks like each issue is going to be like, oh, now the way I perceive time is messed up. And the next one, oh, I'm an oversized Superman now. I'm growing because of kryptonite. It's not bad in any sense. It's just, it's not too engaging to me. It's $5.99 a book. The artwork is really well done. It's very reminiscent of Frank Quitely, but it's not my favorite. There's a lot of books out right now. There's a lot to choose from, so it's hard for something like this. This has got to be good for me to want to keep it. I'm hesitant to drop it so early, not knowing what can come of it, but we'll see what happens. Tell you what I'm going to try. I just got an idea. I'm going to play a video clip and see if I can't back out of the stream and come back before it's done playing. Let's see how that goes. I'll attempt that, but I don't think there's anything on my end I'm able to do about it, which is a sad part. I wonder if the video clip will probably be choppy as well, I'm assuming.
And you're welcome to come use one of the 8 easels we have set up for creating art here at the show for consideration for our art auctions on Saturday for our major auction at 8 p.m. at the Weston Ballroom. And the smaller auctions will have here starting at noon.
That's a flash from the past.
So any artist that we have here, either as an exhibit.
Yeah, the video clip is choppy too. Video clip super choppy. Yeah, I ain't got nothing I can do about it. Previous videos were choppy. Which previous videos? Let's see. All my comics are on hold till I get them taken care of with ABX between the bills and the 2K property tax. Finance got hit harder than usual. Ooh, yeah, property taxes, no joke. Yeah, even the clip shop. Yeah, ain't nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna run through these, but it's ended up being a shorter stream today. Let's see. But yeah, Kryptonite one, that's on the chopping block. Supergirl number 5 is out. I was kind of bummed that I was hoping that we get more of a dynamic, more of an exciting Supergirl. Kryptonite one, that's it wasn't really the jam. Wasn't really my jam. The artwork I'm not a fan of, and it's just, I don't know, it's a little campy. The last Supergirl story we got was like Woman of Tomorrow, which was like a solid 9 out of 10 from start to finish. This one just seems a little too cheeky. A little too cheeky for me. Nothing against Sophie Campbell, not my jam. All right, here we go. One of the highly anticipated books. Red Hood's got a massive fan base out there. This was slated as an R-rated comic, and I think it is. It doesn't have like an excessive amount of vulgar language, nudity, stuff like that. The story content is definitely R-rated. At St. Angelini's, there's some murder, self-harms happening. You can't say certain words on YouTube, but videotaped of someone being killed and then turning the weapon on themselves. Red Hood is off to investigate it, looking for help from some people there and getting some help they didn't ask for. We're trying to figure out what's going on with the Tower Killers. This first issue was fantastic. Jeffrey Spokes on the art was a perfect fit. This story reads like a television show. It's paced well. And the most interesting thing that kind of took me by surprise with this is that it picks up after the events of Batman Hush 2. If you've been reading Hush 2, you know what happened with Red Hood and Batman fighting over what they felt should be done about the Joker. Hush kind of served him up on a platter. Jason wanted to finish him, and Batman stopped Jason. This kind of is where Jason goes from there. So because of this, I wouldn't expect to see Jason anymore of Hush. I like that it picked up off that. They've done some cool things with him. His suit looks fantastic. He's got a new updated version of the Domino mask. We had that stupid face cover off of him. That was one of the biggest things. His suit design for the past 2 years has been garbage, which is French. It's been total garbage, but he looks cool as hell. Huntress is in here drawn beautifully. And this is a pretty violent book. Pretty violent book. I think it's interesting that it releases the same day that Punisher 1 does. So hopefully we get a little bit of push by those vigilante readers out there. I hope everyone gives this one a shot. If you like serious detective mystery, violent style books, this is a good one for you. This is a good one. Give it a shot. Give it a try. Some cool variants out there. So it's Yu Yong Oim. Man, I don't know how you'd even say that name. Kuyong Eom. But this is the foil variant given away today. Gorgeous, gorgeous book. Looks amazing in foil. Looks absolutely gorgeous in foil. Had to grab one of those. Get some Red Hood love out there. Green Lantern Corps issue number 8 is out this week. This is part 4 of the Starbreaker Supremacy. The Starbreakers they kind of were running amok, draining the entire universe of the emotional energy. But our heroes found on the other side of the source wall the source of their emotional spectrum, the actual entities represented by their symbiotic ride along with them to go take on the Starbreakers. This is all-out war in this issue, head-to-head. Non-stop battle. Fights probably going back to Oa at this point. This has been really good. If you've been reading Green Lantern, I know you've had to switch over and start picking up a few of these. You should have been reading them from the start. The Starbreaker Supremacy storyline is bouncing between Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps. It's been really cool. Really, really cool. Jeremy Adams is doing really good things. I also tell you in the synopsis here, Kelly's glove becomes a dangerous threat to the Guardians. That's not in the book either. Lanterns make a mad dash to beat the Sun Eaters to Oa. Yo, this is all off. This is not the solicitation for this issue either. The Lanterns make a mad dash to beat the Sun Eaters to Oa while the mystery surrounding Kelly's glove becomes a dangerous threat to the Guardians. That's the solicitation for next issue. Wow, that's crazy. A lot of these solicitations are off by an issue. Something is amiss. That's wild. Huh. Interesting. Oh man, this is a great issue. This looks like it's the right solicitation. I see reunited with the Justice League right there. It's on the cover. Returns to Justice League Unlimited. Aquaman issue number 9. This is the epilogue to what was it? Dark Waters or Dark Tide, something like that. Dark Tide. I hear yelling in the background. Is school out already? No, Finn's home from school today. Finn is home from school today. I was building a Jugang model kit. Nice. What is going on, Trev? Good to see you in here, homie. Drop Green Lantern Corps, dropping Green Lantern after issue 27. About to drop a lot more. My list is too robust. Need more than 10 titles per month. Need no more than. Oh yeah, if you put a cap on it, man, it would be hard to live life right now trying to keep a cap on a pull list. Which, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? There's so much good stuff out there. We get to be picky. We get to be choosy. But Green Lantern, man, I'm loving. I am loving. They're doing big things with it. Aquaman, issue number 9 was phenomenal. Phenomenal. A little sad. You know, we had the events of the last issue. So it was a little sad. But we're moving Aquaman into the next stage of this character. Not just in this book, but in the DCU as a whole. Aquaman has leveled up. You saw in that last issue when he was fighting the demon Dagon, the big entity inside of the blue. You know, we have Swamp Thing as the avatar of the green, Solomon Grundy the gray. You have a bunch of avatars of the red with Animal Man, Vixen, Wannabe, so on, King Shark. But now Now we have an official designation. The Parliament has the blue, introduced for the first time ever in DC Universe inside the pages of this run. Aquaman is that avatar. He is that deity. And deity is the right word for it. We're diving into what Aquaman is now after the events of that last issue. It was insane, and the direction they're taking it, I couldn't be more excited. God, it's hard not to get into spoilers for this issue. Aquaman catches a fist in his hand. He grabs someone's fist, and I'm just like, okay, then. That's what we're doing. Leveled up. Leveled all the way up. But as you can see from the cover, he looks a little different on this cover. Clean-shaven Aquaman. You know, he already has the hydrokinesis power. We have the new trident. And now he's clean-shaven again. And he has these new abilities. We don't know how far they go, but you can read this issue and get an idea of the direction they're taking it. I'm excited for the next arc to see if they kind of push him to his abilities. What's going on, Flo? Good to see you, homie. Love Aquaman. Absolutely. Jado, hello, hello. Sorry if the stream is glitchy or what is it, skippy. I don't do nothing about it. Got full connection on this end. It's just something on the computer. And this is one of the variants we're giving away today. Cover C, Leslie Lyrics. Leslie Lyrics. Gorgeous cover. So I had to throw Mira some love. This one was just a beast mode cover right here. Who did this? Oh, that's a Perillo. That's why it's so good. Yeah, that's good. Such a good cover. So what else we got on Chum? Wait, where was Aquaman? Red Coat number 14 is out this week. This is a big deal. If you keep up with Ghost Machine, look at the bottom right-hand corner of the cover. First Ghost Prelude. So First Ghost is one of the characters that they've been teasing since the very first introduction of Ghost Machine with the Ghost Machine number one shot shortly after NYCC 2 years ago. And we are just now, 14 issues later, getting to the prelude for First Ghost. I'm really excited to see where they go with this. Red Coat is my favorite Ghost Machine title. Geiger is right behind it, but I like the history stuff. Look at that gorgeous variant right there. Kyle Holtz crushing it. I remember he did some like Absolute Carnage era variants and stuff. A special prelude to the upcoming series First Ghost. So it's about to get its own series. So here we go. We're going to get some information, some news. It's got the red coats burning Washington, D.C. in the background on the cover. Really excited to dive into this one. Hope everyone's still checking out Ghost Machine. Marvel Comics Imperial War, pass. Eddie Brock Carnage, pass. Wolverine, pass. Red Hulk, pass. Spider-Man version, pass. Jedi Knight, pass. Titan Comics Conan. I want to go back and read some of those. Up to number 24. I might go get those in the trades. I enjoy Conan. But here we go. Some Elseworlds goodness out this week with Batman Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice, issue number 3. This story's gotten pretty big now that we got the whole band together. Lex Luthor had his steam-driven monstrosity battle in the last issue. They revealed Zod is here. So now you have all the players from across the Gotham by Gaslight stuff are all active in this title now. Everyone moving for their own self-interest, from Catwoman all the way to Lex Luthor to Zod. The League is together. They're finally going to dive into a little bit of what Lex Luthor has been up to. But the sleeper has awakened. General Zod emerges from his slumber, aligning himself with Lex Luthor to take over the planet. But will Luthor kneel before this powerful being from beyond the stars? Meanwhile, the League seeks out new members, taking on a daring mission to rescue some familiar faces from Luthor's vile laboratory, which we know those are from the previous issues. Will the League be able to come up with a plan to stop the approaching invasion, or will their one chance for hope fall into the foul feline hands? And there's another hint directly of who else is in this issue. But it's been really good. I enjoy Elseworld stuff a lot. That's some timeless storytelling. You can always go back and check it out. Let's see. Oh man, this is a big one. Godzilla issue number 2 from the brand new Connected Universe that Tim Seeley is working on. I'm not normally a big Tim Seeley fan, but he crushed it with that first issue. Really, really excited to see where they go with this. There's some really cool variants as well. Not a lot this time, but yeah, that one was pretty dope. I was shocked. I wasn't going to even dive into these. I didn't know it was going to be a Connected Universe thing, but I read it and I'm like, holy smokes, this is good. think because it's so fresh, they're not really trying to prop it up with just nostalgia bait. A lot of us Godzilla heads pick these things up and we're happy to see the kaiju, the titans we enjoy since we're kids and stuff. But this one, it's kind of charging its own path, doing its own thing, introducing just kind of generic kaiju. It's a whole new world, a little futuristic a little bit. It's got a whole lore to it. It was crazy interesting. Really, really good. Really, really well done. Space Ghost number 2 is out this week. Fire and Ice. What in the world, number 6? I thought that was long since gone. Here's one I want to mention. So my comic shop, ABX, got a bunch of these. Court, Children of the Round Table. Giving one of these today away as well. It's not a picture, but this is part of today's giveaway. For centuries, an elite force known as Camelot Corps has protected ancient secrets, waiting for the day when these myths are needed by the world. That day is today. Young Fell, Connor, and their friends are stunned when they're almost crushed by a giant stone falling from the sky. Their lives are changed forever when they find a sword stuck fast in the stone. These children of destiny will soon face a great evil, but they won't do it alone. For these friends have been chosen to wield ancient magical weapons. Great weapons, bounded to knights of legend, weapons that speak, weapons that argue. With the evil Mordred's power growing, the fate of the world rests in the hands of the children of the Round Table. New York Times #1 bestseller Tom Taylor and Danielle De Nicola team up to bring a new kind of hero to DC Comics. Oh, Danielle. Yeah, not a fan of Danielle. I remember Danielle from Power Rangers stuff. But Tom Taylor, it's like just the Knights of the Round Table, a young kid version of them. Interesting stuff. My shop ordered a large bundle of these because, to try to get some comics in kids' hands and all that stuff. So one's going to whoever wins the giveaway today. Slightly interesting. It looks like it would play out as a good little kids' TV show or something. A little animated show. Very interesting. Let's see. I think that might have been it for the DC stuff. No, yeah. But this is the last thing. Oh, snap, I had no clue. This was the A cover. The Perillo's the A cover for Blue Falcon and Dynamite. Been looking forward to this one dropping. Really looking forward to it. I'm not going to read the synopsis. I didn't want to read it. I plan on getting it. I want to go in blind to see what they do. But Blue Falcon and Dynamite is back. This is the cover I picked up. The Matina, that just is amazing. Absolutely amazing. But there'll be one of these. I got a ratio variant for this to go in the channel member Legion loot. Hey, look at that. On FOC, Rook Exodus is back. Yeah, I knew it was supposed to be coming by the end of this month or next month. I'm excited for it. Jason Fabak crushed it with that first one. But I've been excited about all this Hanna-Barbera stuff that Dynamite's been doing. I've been pulling all of it. Been enjoying it. It's been amazing reads. Grew up with a lot of this stuff. My pops is a big fan of Hanna-Barbera. And by extension, I was watching it as a kid, recording it on TV, all that stuff. Even Racer X #1 is out. Even Speed Racer. Grew up with that. But it's a huge week, man. Huge week. Good God, look at this Judge Dredd cover. That's freaking gorgeous. Who drew that? I can't tell. Will Linsner? Is that I don't think that's what it said. God, that's one heck of a cover. Talk about a cool character. But yeah, there's some good books out this week. Stutter, is it? Let me check on my end. Well, that's good news. It does seem to be gone. Did we just have to push through? Is that what it was? Hopefully that's all it was. But yeah, there's some awesome stuff out this week. And I'll tell you what, man, that Red Hood actually shocked the heck out of me. I was really excited for that. We have a good handful of these characters at DC that, I don't know, like a decade ago, they were like fan favorites. They were pushed forward and they got a lot of exposure and stuff. And then they kind of fall by the wayside. Everything kind of ebbs and flows. And it's sad to see them try to figure out what to do with characters. Like Tim Drake, they don't know what to do with Tim Drake right now. He just popped up in Batman #1 as like potentially the Robin for that title. But yeah, John Kent, they don't know what to do with right now. For a long time, they haven't known what to do with Red Hood. The last good Red Hood series The last good Jason Todd stuff, I think, was Red Hood and the Outlaws, like right during Rebirth, when it was him, Artemis, and Bizarro. That was a really fun series. It was almost Suicide Squad light. Just sent Paul my list for the week and what I'm dropping: Titans, Nightwing, Green Lantern, Absolute Wonder Woman, and more. I'm adding the flashback with issue 25 by way. Oh, Mark Wade's taking it over. I'll be right there with you, Steve. I'll be right there with you. Also dropping Action Comics after 1081 when he's off Action. You don't want to wait to see who's jumping on. I know, like, that might be an easier one to drop because there's so many different Superman titles. Kind of like with me and Batman, there's so many Batman ones. You know, I would love to read all of them, but there's not enough time in the day. It's financially irresponsible. So I got to pick the ones I want to read. And that's how I feel about the Superman and the Kryptonite spectrum. I pretty much read all the Superman books. I'm very biased. I love me some Superman. But that Kryptonite spectrum it ain't doing it for me. It ain't doing it for me. But yeah. I'm excited to hear that Mark Wade's coming to Flash. That's amazing. Also dropping Action Comics. Steve, on your end, is the stutter going? David said stutter's gone on his end. All right. Let's talk a little bit of Peacemaker, guys. Did everyone watch Peacemaker episode 3? See our boys back? The return of Rick Flag. We get skinny Rick. Got to tell you, I wasn't ecstatic for skinny, awkward Rick. I'm ecstatic for Rick in any form, though. The potential for what it can do to steer the character of Peacemaker, the potential of what this universe, this dimension is what they're calling it, this dimension has in store for us. As soon as the episode finished, I'm like, I wonder if this Rick Flag is going to be like the silent leader of the Sons of Liberty or something. I wouldn't put it past him to have that kind of twist in it. You know, a lot of the stuff with James Gunn, it's absolutely impossible to predict. He's good at throwing curveballs in there. I watched episode 3. Hey, what'd you think? What did you think? But the opening scene got me like in my feels with like 3 years ago with our Rick Flag, how he was having a fling with Harcourt and stuff. Last night, all right, first off, it's no secret to anyone who watches my channel. Like, the first Suicide Squad is one of my favorite DC movies, period. When it comes to the DCEU, it's probably the movie I've watched more than any of the other ones. Even more than the Snyder Cut, which that might sound crazy, but for being a 4-hour-long movie, I've literally seen it more times than I can count. But the Suicide Squad, the first one, Suicide Squad, I've also seen more times than I can count. And I watched the entirety from start to finish of the extended cut last night and just reinforces how much I really like the character Rick Flag. I absolutely love Rick Flag. And I was so excited from the show that I'm like, I just want to watch some more. So I turned on Max on HBO, and I'm like, do I want to watch the second one or the first one? I'm like, I don't want to see him die. Like, legit, I don't want to watch him die. So I watched the first one, and the extended cut has so much more Rick Flag scenes in it than the theatrical cut. The extended cut adds a lot of context and does a lot more deep diving into the characters. You get their motives, you get more of their personalities, a lot more quiet interactions between people as they're moving through the city, through the streets and stuff. And it's just so good. Such a good movie. I don't understand. Well, I understand people's negativity toward the first one, but I think they're wrong. It's that simple. And if you go back after, like, God, it came out in 2016. So if you go back and watch that movie, watch the extended cut, it's probably not what you remember. Especially since we've been, like, shovel fed so much garbage between then and now. It actually is. Holding up against a lot of other movies, like, damn, this is a lot better than I remember. He's super awkward for sure. Yeah. If this Rick has a similar dad in that world, I don't know. You know, it'd be interesting, like in our dimension, Peacemaker killed Junior. You know, in this alternate dimension, Dimension X, I wonder who's even alive. You know, I wonder if Rick Flag Sr.'s alive. I wonder if that awkwardness that Rick had around Peacemaker was because, you know, he's scared of him because they rule this world. I wonder if it's because something he might have done that he knows about. He killed his dad on this world or something. Who knows if Senior is even alive on this world? What's up, Nicky Poo? Good to see you in here, brother. Good to see you. Just want to say you're the best. You're the best. Is it getting a bit nippy outside, or is it? No, who's to say? But yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. I want Rick Flag to have a bigger role in this. I want him to be somebody. What I think would be cool. Let me try to play it out in my head here. Sons of Liberty that were introduced in season 3. There was a line of dialogue that they put in there that said, "Down with the oppressors." The oppressors, we can assume, is the trio: Captain Triumph, Blue Dragon, Peacemaker, and they're the bad guys. They've oppressed at least this whole city of Evergreen. We don't know how far their reach goes, but if they're the oppressors, the Sons of Liberty are the good guys. That means our Peacemaker would side with the Sons of Liberty over here. If the Sons of Liberty are able to run into places with this technology, with this know-how, they have to have an inside man. Maybe that inside man is Rick Flag, because in this alternate dimension, Rick Flag doesn't like Peacemaker, and he's trying to just save face and not get murdered by him. So when everything's revealed, maybe our Peacemaker and this Rick Flag team up, and he works with the Sons of Liberty to take down Captain Triumph and the Blue Dragon, thus giving us this epic moment where Peacemaker and Rick Flag fight side by side to save the frickin' day. That makes me wonder if Rick Flag Sr. is going to bring in G.I. Robot from our world to this world, because if there's anybody that can take out a world full of Nazis, it's going to be G.I. Robot. G.I. Robot was introduced in Creature Commandos with Rick Flag Sr., which was our first installment into the DCU. So Rick Flag Sr., who's the head of Argus right now, as confirmed in episode 2, has full access to G.I. Robot. And they also mentioned Enchantress in the first moments of episode 3, which if you need somebody to shut down these doors, you can definitely use her. But there's a discrepancy in that. When he mentioned the Enchantress, a lot of people are saying, oh, they made Suicide Squad canon. No, they didn't. They did not make the first Suicide Squad canon. And here's how you know that. Just because he mentions Enchantress does not mean that they're referencing that movie. They're just saying inside the confounds of this universe, this Rick Flag also was dating June Moon. In this universe, he's dating June Moon, the Enchantress. In the DCEU, he's dating June Moon, the Enchantress, but by the end of the first Suicide Squad movie, he killed the Enchantress. He absolutely crushed her heart. She's gone. June is free of her. So the Enchantress does not exist in the DCEU. There's that to remember. There's that to remember. I remember seeing Rick Flag fight Macho Man Randy Savage long ago. Well, there are some glaring omissions in Universe X. Oh, yeah. Dude, it's definitely that. I don't think that's even in question where the show hasn't told us, but us as viewers, we know. We know. Oh, yeah, Flo Dameron mentioned how good G.I. Robot would be for that series. Yeah, sure did, didn't he? But yeah, I think it would be awesome to get a live action version of G.I. Robot. I think that would be cool. And the last time we saw him, he was juiced up. He had that bigger, more, it almost looked like Stripes from Stargirl. He was big. Rick is Army, not Jarhead. Yeah. Louis, do you think that Rick could low-key be working for the Sun, working with, for, or they work for him, working as the head of the Sons of Liberty? There's got to be more twists. He said episodes 6 and 8 are going to be the big twists of the series, of the season. John, what's his name? Steve Agee, who plays John Economist, he said that 6, 7, and 8 is almost like a season to itself. It's so grand. Man, I can't wait to see what they do. I'm looking forward to it. Totally, bro. Totally. Man. I'm excited for it. Let me get this live stream giveaway up. Doesn't look like we're getting it. Dude, this has been like the lowest view. It could have been the choppy stuff, people popping in and dipping out. That's why when if it's StreamYard or if it's YouTube, when this stuff doesn't work right, like, I mean, that sucks. It really messes up the whole thing. Getting people in here, the amount of conversation we get, the engagement. Didn't hit the super chat goal. I'm definitely not going to wait till 3. I'm going to go pick up Monkey. Finn's home today. Luckily, the wife is too, so she's going to hang out with him. Rick Flag is back. So if y'all can guess what the hashtag is, go ahead and drop it in the chat. I'm going to have to watch Peacemaker. You make it sound so... Dude, it's so good. It's so good. Your loyals are always here. Yeah, but I mean, I don't fault anybody. Even even my best of friends, I don't fault them for not being able to sit there and listen to a choppy stream, brother. I appreciate all y'all that hang in there, but I don't fault anybody for not listening to a choppy stream. I don't think I would be able to do it. Let's see if anybody can guess today's hashtag. I'm very interested. Rick Flag in any universe does the right thing. 1,000%. Bryant, you are 100% right, my guy. Hashtag raise the flag. I'll be celebrating the return of Rick Flag. Be celebrating the return of Rick Flag until this series is over, my guys. I've been crying and whining about the death of Rick Flag since that movie dropped. I've been rocking a Rick Flag t-shirt since before James Gunn Suicide Squad movie dropped. In this household, we recognize American heroes, and Rick Flag is an American hero.
Never have I ever watched
Yeah.
Suicide Squad second.
Yeah, my wife watches all this stuff, guys. She's a diehard fan like myself. We were there the moment the movie premiered during the lockdown, watching it, excited, sitting there with her Harley Quinn shirt on and all that. We were watching it as fans, and neither one of us could believe when Flag lost that fight to Peacemaker. And then in the after credits for that movie, like, we were sitting there like mad. Like, we were legitimately mad with it. And then in the after credits, when you cut to the hospital, we both stood up like, oh my God, he's alive. And it ended up being Peacemaker spitting on the floor. We were mad at that point. So when the Peacemaker show came out, she refused to even watch it. She was like, I'm done with that character. I'm like, that sucks. And I explained to her like how they didn't let his death go in vain, and like the complexity of the character breakdown of Christopher Smith and all that stuff, which at this point in time, I think it's phenomenal. I absolutely love Peacemaker. I don't forgive him I don't blame him for killing Flag, because you have to watch Peacemaker to understand it. But it's almost like blaming Bucky for killing Captain America's parents. Like, he was the weapon, he's the vessel. He wasn't the guiding hand kind of thing. But I'm so glad that the last thing that they did was let that death go in vain. We have the entire season 1 of Peacemaker where Flag is like such a driving factor for the character growth of this character. Now we're in season 2 and it's still a thing. And he's back on top of that. Stephen with the C, man, you are too kind to everybody. You are a phenomenal individual. Let's hit you with a good one here.
More blood. Go get it!
Got an $8 super chat from Steven with a C. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. We'll throw that extra pack in there. I got it. Where did I put it? I got it. I made it. I got too much stuff around me right now. Ha 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 ha. Extra pack. All this stuff and all the goodies, stickers, sealed card packs, Just League Watchtower pack, 4 extra comics, all going in today's giveaway, courtesy of Stephen with a C. Make sure y'all give him a big shout out and thank you. Yo, chances are good for everybody today. Chances are good for everybody today. Yes, I was, Scotty. I was very mad. I tried 7 times when my message keeps dropping out. The hashtag? Owen, please give to Phil. You got it. Kill what I remember. That's. Oh, I'm sorry. I had it backwards. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mark. That Atlanta post office has delayed another package coming to me. It's such a bro. That's like that everywhere. Rob, I won something. I won a Only Slabs giveaway 2 Saturdays ago from Rob. It got here today. Crazy. I don't think StreamYard is. It's got 10 entries in here for the giveaway. It's showing 10 entries, 23 people watching. 10 entries, 23 watching. Where are the extras, Mark? Insert invincible meme here. Yeah. Hey, Loader. Can confirm Red Hood #1 is good. Can confirm. Super good. I really enjoyed it. And I'm giving one away today, too. The foil #1 for Red Hood. And then the Aquaman #11 variant. But can confirm Red Hood was good. I was nervous. I was scared. And I was not only greatly surprised, I was legitimately happy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm excited to read issue #2 now. Yeah, I was too, man. I was too. I was talking about it earlier, how they have such a hard time with some of these characters finding out, like, what do we do with them now? Where do we put John Kent? What do we do about Tim Drake? What do we do with all these Robins we have laying around? This was good. It was really good. Knife you? I'll knife you. Here. Is this like vacuum sealed?
I think so.
That's super vacuum sealed. We find a little... There we go. That little hole popped in it. Yeah, I got trash. Ah! Yeah, Aquaman was amazing. Aquaman was a really good issue. They've leveled Arthur up to the deity of the blue. All right. Don't forget, also on top of the Red Hood #1 foil cover by Eom and the Aquaman #9 variant by Learnix, giving away one of the issue #1s of Court, Children of the Round Table. I was seeing if you were going to make it out of that alive. Children of the Round Table #1. So that's 7 books in today's giveaway. 7 in the giveaway. Good God, that's loud, Kyle. I didn't have a lot of confidence when the author said she didn't know about Red Hood and sort made up her own headcanon for him. I'm like, WTF, why? Glad it turned out great. Yeah. I can't say where it might go with that mindset. And I pointed out it builds off of the events of Hush 2. So that makes sense now that you say that she didn't really know about Red Hood. It's still on brand. Loner, tough, all that stuff. But the only backstory at all that's it. We don't need backstory, first off. You know what I mean? It's a new Red Hood story. We just need Ford's story. But it does do a reference and one panel shot of when we last saw Red Hood and Batman Hush, part Hush 2, when him and Batman were fighting over what to do with the Joker. So that was interesting that this is the first thing we've seen canon Hush 2. But if she doesn't know much about Red Hood, that makes sense that she just grabbed a few recent issues of Batman and seen what he was up to these days, kind of thing. Yeah, no one makes fun of Aquaman anymore, and James Wan even slam dunked on him with this clip. That whole meme of Aquaman riding a seahorse when James Wan put it in the movie and made it look tough as nails, that was next level. The one thing I like about Rick Flag in both the comics and the movies is how he and Harley had a certain friendship between them, especially when she did away with the Joker. He was there on her side. Yeah, Rick is awesome, dude. Rick is legitimately awesome. Like the Jim Lee run. God, that run was so good. I'm been going back through rereading that one too. All right, let's spin this bad boy, and I want to get ready to go head out to go pick up Munker Nuts from school. Good luck to everybody. Free shipping in the continental U.S. Free shipping worldwide if you're a channel member. And I got to remind everybody, there's like differences in shipping now. I guess it don't really matter. I don't know. Like just because I cover can cover shipping costs, that has nothing to do with like customs or duty fees on your end. So yeah. So if you're outside the United States and you're not a channel member, you can prize tag somebody in the chat, or you can get a $10 shipping credit. Completely up to you. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. Boo, Brian LCS, the New Yorker Southern gentleman himself. Oh, happy early birthday. Happy early birthday, loaders. So those books are going to you, Brian. Brian, I might just throw him in your box at ABX. Brian is a Southern gentleman, but he does have a pool box at ABX if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'll talk to you, Brian. See when the next time you're planning on coming down is. If that's makes sense. Otherwise, I'm happy to ship them to you as well, brother. Need to grab you some trading cards here. Hey Finn, since you're home, do you want to come pull these cards? Hey Finn. All right. No looking. Get 3 cards out of there.
Can I do 4 to the monkey?
No, you can get 3 cards out of there. There's 2. Oh, that's 3. Good job. Oh, no. My man's pulled a foil. That's the first foil that's been pulled. These Skybox Masters series, hard to get foils. But you got Deathstroke the Terminator.
Classy?
Yep. You got Faust.
Is he a good guy?
No, he's an assassin. He's a bad guy from the end of the Justice League movie. He's up there, the top one on the corner. And
Oh, yeah.
hot off the announcement of Absolute Hawkman coming soon, you got Hawkman, the foil. I did not know that one was in there. I might have kept it if I did. Yeah, no foiling around. It's hard to get. Awesome. Good stuff, Brian. I'll definitely add them to your stuff there. So, yeah, you got Red Hood number 1, Aquaman number 11, and a 4-pack of mystery books.
I need to tell you something when you're done.
I'm about to be done right here. I appreciate everybody watching. Be sure to check out the video from yesterday. I don't remember what it was, but it posted. I posted them early for channel members, so hit the join button. Become a channel member. Make sure you check out that Legion tier. If you're already a channel member, you might be in the supporter tier. Look at upgrading to get put on the Legion loot wheel, as well as the early access to videos. I have one recorded that's available for channel members now about international shipping coming to the United States and how things are potentially different. And I'll have a review for Punisher number 1 up first thing in the morning. Oh, man, thank you so much, to homie, to you as well. I want to be inside you, Holmes. But, yeah, I'll have a review for Punisher 1 up for tomorrow as well. Got a brand new Punisher series, Benjamin Percy writing it. Big fan of Benjamin Percy since his Ghost Rider run. Stuff really won me over. So, yeah, I'm very excited about that. Hope everyone has a good day. Take it easy. Homie, appreciate you hopping in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That's the first step. Until next time, as always,
We are Legion. Bye.